All right, so I'm sitting at my coffee table and I have, let's see, how many is this? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. There's 14 figures in this wave already. Oh my God, it doesn't seem like there's that many. This is like, what, in a year or less than a year? What's time? I don't remember when we first reviewed these guys, but it seems like within a year we have this many figures. Now, some of them kind of reuse some parts, obviously with the Turtles, these guys, but there's a lot of brand new sculpt things happening with these figures. So today I'm gonna look at these 14 figures again, and we are going to rank them of what I think is the best versus what I think I could do without. Now, at the end of the day, I really like all of these things. They look really spectacular. Some just aren't as mind-blowingly good as others, or they just don't bring me the same joy toy as some of the others. So let's figure this out. First up, we're gonna look at this Donatello real quick. This is, honestly, it's just so good. It's surprisingly good. Each time I take these things out of the box, and yes, they have to live in their box because there's 14. Isn't that what we counted? There's too much stuff. When you have a review channel, you have more than you should normally have, I think. I don't know. I think there are some collectors out there that you guys have more than I do and bought in a shorter period of time than me. But these things are very spectacular. Every time you take them out of the box, there's nothing I can say more than you need to get your hands on a set, borrow some from a friend to know if you really should get them, or never touch them. Because once you have them, you're going to want them. And we've got Raphael, who, again, very solid design. There's some really fun choices that they've made with things like these kunai. This is probably people's most complained about thing, is just bolting stuff to their shells. They all have something on the back of them bolted in. Accessory-wise are unique to each character, and of course you can watch those full reviews of each of these sets, but today is different, so I need to just get through this. Leonardo, looking solid, of course, because he's still one of the Turtles in the 4 Turtles Rock, but this is you know, another fun choice of additional accessories and attachments to give them some character. Now, if there's ever a time that I feel like I have too much stuff, it's right now, 1. 2, if I ever felt more like a kid, it's sitting on the floor playing with these toys on a coffee table. Michelangelo, again, solid choice. I love that he's got this little MP3 player and then his spray cans. It's gonna be very hard to not put this guy at number 1. And maybe that's the case, and maybe I just did a little spoiler, but this is by far the most fun out of all the figures, although that new Krang is a very, very solid choice and you get a lot with him. This is just a really fun one. Now, for some reason, Rocksteady just doesn't seem to have as many accessories as Bebop did, and seems like, yeah, because he doesn't. He doesn't have as many accessories, and I don't really know why. I mean, this is a really fun character, and having the two of them, you know, as best friends, kind of makes sense to give them something to have that they can use together, much like we saw with Slash and Toka. Now, Shredder is maybe one of my least favorite. It's a great design overall. It's a really fun take on a Shredder, but he just feels like he's lacking something. Maybe it's the articulation or this plastic cape versus the soft goods, or it's just that he doesn't carry much. There's not a lot of character to this guy. He just kind of is this metal thing, and then that's it. And his accessories are just okay. Foot Soldier A, or Foot Clan A, this is his design. He's more of the blaster effect, but he's got these things on his arms. It's a good design. It's a really cool take on making these foot soldiers still robotic but modern. And that's one of the best things I think that JoyToy has done with his entire line, is take a lot of the nostalgic stuff of the 1987 series. They seem to take a little bit of something from everything, but built mostly around that 87 stuff. Now, Foot Clan B should have the damaged head sculpt. Mine just doesn't have that. Whatever, accidents happen. I never contacted Calcus for replacement. Foot soldiers are just extra guys, so yeah, it's fine. The biggest, beefiest boy of them all is Krang, and this guy is a massive figure. He just towers above everybody else in this 1/18 scale line, but the details across the board, whether it's his actual Krang body, his android body, or his fun little walker. This is a very solid choice. You get a ton in the box, 2 layers and a complete base. I mean, you're gonna have bases for days with this entire line. This is gonna be a tough one because it is a masterpiece. Up next, we have Slash. Now, this is one of the most recent reviews between him, Krang, and Toka, and the details are definitely there. Paint, they never fail, and the accessories are super fun. They might be some of the most fun accessories compared to the entire line. The Turtles have skateboards and some fun things like pizza or whatever, but Toka and Slash seem to have some of the most fun out of all of them, which is what I kind of just said. When I said it again. There's also a lot of value in these guys because while they share sculpts, they're new sculpts complete from the other figures, and they are loaded down with accessories. Up next is Toka, and as you can see, yes, very similar body, almost the same thing. There's just things like the shell, the wraps around the arms, and things that are different. Again, you can watch the full reviews if you want to see all those details, and all of the details of these accessories, which again, are super, super fun. But these two idiots are some of my favorite just because there's so much personality between them and they are clearly best friends. Now, this April O'Neil is definitely the smallest in this line because she's just one of the few human characters, and she's a small character in general because she's not super muscular or anything. The accessories are fun, the Mousers are cool. She just doesn't bring as much personality and fun accessories as some of the other characters in the line. But as far as a take on an April O'Neil, it's fantastic. Being able to do this at a 1/18 scale is also super impressive. So you gotta hand it to them. I mean, they definitely know what they're doing. This is a brand that has been doing stuff for a long, long time. And the last in the line, not the last to be released, but the last we're looking at today, is Splinter. And he is a very fun take on this character. It's a good figure. At the end of the day, it's just one of my least favorite. And I don't know exactly why that is the case. Maybe it's just Splinter in general I don't have the same connection to. There's just something about it that doesn't meet the nostalgia or something. The accessories are pretty cool. The little baby turtles are fun, but at the end of the day, not a lot of character in this one, and maybe one of my least favorites. I think I already said that. So not maybe, it is. Now, if you're wanting to relive your childhood or feel like a kid again, look at this. This is definitely the way to do it. You have 14 figures in a pile that just brings so much joy to look at. JoyToy, that's the brand, duh. But this is crazy. Having a big pile of figures like this, like they're small enough that you can have them in a pile and it just feels like a pile of toys, where larger figures, larger brands, start getting into the 6-inch and larger things, they take up so much space, it would be like double the space as this, and it just doesn't feel the same. And you wouldn't want to pile them up. These, you feel like you can. Now they're super painted, so you may want to be a little delicate with them so you don't chip them up. But they're so small, they just feel like toys. So now I gotta figure out how I'm gonna rank these guys. Who's going to be the top? Who's gonna be the bottom? Not in that way, or maybe. So we gotta go through here. I'm gonna kind of do like a rough cut, and then we'll do the final layout. So least favorite we'll put over here. Foot Soldiers, Shredder. Most favorite is basically everybody else. We got the Turtles, we got Bebop, Rocksteady, Slash, and Toka. Krang, which is a masterpiece. Just because it's a masterpiece, does that mean it brings me the most joy though? So I have to base this off of really which ones I like the most, personally, obviously, but which ones are bringing me the most joy, not which one is executed the best, because that Krang may be the best in the line as far as execution because of the accessories, the design, the sculpt, all of that. Articulation is through the roof on that guy. I know Bebop is going to be one of the top, if not the top. We got Krang up there. These two are gorgeous figures. They are absolutely well crafted in every sense of the word. What's the word? Crafted, I think. What did I say? But they are very similar. They're best friends. They are the Mad Hatter Nostalgia Unboxed. Which one's the idiot? Is that a question about between the two of us or between the two of them? Well, they're both idiots, but that's the answer. Rocksteady is really fun. Again, he just doesn't have as many accessories, so it kind of brings the joy level down a little bit. It takes the character of him has been reduced because of that. The turtles are super fun as far as turtles go. They are super tiny compared to everybody else in the line. Very, very short, which is to their benefit because you're in a 1/18 scale. You can really play with really large characters and really small characters. But at this point, you can't. You either have to put all 4 turtles into the same batch as like these 4 turtles are my one favorite thing. So I think for the sake of it, I have to put all 4 turtles as one thing because that's only kind of fair, isn't it? Let's look at these things in order from least favorite to most favorite, okay? Now, again, the turtles are gonna be connected, so just bear with me. Slash and Toka, I think I'm gonna put together as one as well because they're so much the same thing. Least favorite in the entire line is, maybe no surprise, it's a Splinter. It's a fun figure, but whatever. Sorry, buddy, yeah, the least favorite. Then you got the Foot Soldiers. These guys are cool, and for army building or just background characters, but they're so generic. These guys don't have personalities. They're just foot soldiers that you beat up. That's it. Up next is Shredder. This is one of my least favorites just for the reasons we've talked about, but it is still a great figure. And again, I want to say, this entire line is fantastic and everything is going to be collected, including the Triceratons and the Casey Jones, but this just doesn't bring me the same joy. And maybe because he's a little bit more modernized theme-wise. He just looks like he's made from pewter. Up next is April. Again, she's fun. It's a really cool modern design on April, but there's just something about it that doesn't bring me the same level of joy as some of the other figures. I also am now realizing they could have given her like swappable arms and shoulders because I think you can take this jacket off. And that could have been fun. She's just okay, and as far as weapons, she's just boxing gloves. Up next is Bebop. Bebop isn't a bad figure by any means, but we have to rank these things, so he's got to end up somewhere. Again, he just doesn't have the accessories in the box, which puts him a little bit lower. Up next is Toka and Slash because they are basically the same character as far as the build. There's minor changes in paint and things. They are super, super fun, and we are getting further up the ranking, so they are ranked pretty high, okay? But we need to rank them together. From there, we have all 4 of the Turtles. These guys rock. They're a beautiful take on bringing a lot of nostalgia of like the 87 stuff, but modernizing them. They are very, very well executed. They have very fun accessories like skateboards and stuff. These guys rock. Up next is Krang, and the Krang because of all the reasons. And if you watch the full review, then you know why he rocks. And it's hard to ever put this guy anywhere below the top 3, I would think. Love it. Definitely recommend you get one. And you could probably bring him in with some of your other third-party Ninja Turtle figures, which means Bebop is my #1 favorite. I think this just is a perfect execution of this character. There's so many little details like the brace on the leg, the articulated jaw, the eyes underneath the glasses, the accessories, which are probably his best features, like the guitar and everything. This is a very well done figure, so he gets #1 on the list. So that's 14 characters from this line with a whole lot more to come, and I'm sure they'll get into vehicles because this brand already makes them and you can add them now from other lines. It doesn't feel like they are stopping anytime soon. They have gone very hard off the get-go, and I hope that they're doing really well overseas, which are they're licensed to be, and then here in the US by imported companies. If you want any of these things, the Turtles keep coming back in stock. Mad Hatter and myself both use a Calcus link, so you can buy from either of us, support the channels, and grab one of these guys with 6% off. And Calcus has done free shipping in the past. I believe that's still the case right now. So grab some of these things, save, because the prices have also been the best over there. But there you have it, folks. That is my entire wave ranked. Love them. Grab yours today. I think I already said that, okay? Thanks for watching this weird video on this channel. And how am I going to say goodbye on this channel? See ya.